Hi everybody, we're going to do Pilates again this evening. You'll need a cushion about this thickness for your head, because we're going to do arm openings, and that will just go behind your head just to support your head and look after your neck as we do that. And possibly if you lie on your back and you've got any tension in your neck, you may need a folded up towel that you can fold up to the thickness of about 1 inch or so, just to take pressure off your neck. So I'll just give you a moment to get those. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of rotation into the spine, chest opening. We're going to carry on with the glutes that we did last week, just to show you the last little bit of that. And we're going to do some core work with the 100 as well. It's going to take about 30-40 minutes, and I'll do some meditation at the end. So today we're going to start in all fours. So knees are under hips, hip width apart. Hands are under shoulders, shoulder width apart. Just look through your knees. Just make sure your toes are in line with your knees. And then just lengthen away from your tailbone, your coccyx, all the way up through to the crown of the head. Shoulder blades drawn down in towards each other, into that scapular soft V. And just try and keep your fingers spread, index fingers pointing to the top of the mat, and weight through the knuckles and the fingers rather than the wrists. And just rotate the elbows, the crease of the elbows to face forward. Keeping your eye gaze directly down the mat and imaginary line in soft sand to find neutral spine. Just do a few pelvic tilts one way and then the other. Just imagine a marble in the small of your back rolling up and down. And just rest or settle somewhere in the middle where you can imagine that marble will settle and stay nice and stable. And then take focus now to your breath. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, like blowing through a straw, through pursed lips. Nice, deep thoracic, lateral breathing. Breathing in wide and full. Each breath you take in, trying to get as much air into the lungs as you can, expanding the lungs widthways into the back. And as you exhale, wringing the lungs out, removing all the waste gases that sit at the bottom of the lungs. Imagine the lungs like bellows or an accordion. And then just take focus now to the belt around your hips. I want you to breathe in wide and full to prepare. And on the out breath, pull your abdominal muscles in towards your spine to 100%, as if doing the belt up to the 10th, the tightest notch. Release on the in breath. On the out breath, pull in to 50%, releasing the belt to the 5th notch. Release on the in breath. On the out breath, pull into 30%, just a third of the way, releasing the belt to the 3rd notch, and hold there now for both the in breath and the out breath. So we're going to start with mobility of the spine. So on the in breath, we're going to dip the pelvis, lift the sit bones to the ceiling, push the mat away, rotate the crease of the elbows to face forward, smile with our spine. We did this last week. Exhale, chin to chest, arch your back like a cat, stretching pelvic tilt towards your chin. Just in breath, come into happy cat again. Push your mat away, lift your sit bones, lift your eye gaze, draw your shoulder blades down. Exhale into sad cat, making a sad mouth with your spine. Chin to chest, pelvic tilt towards your chin. Push your mat away. From here, in breath, walk the hands in towards the knees, and exhale, rolling up a vertebrae at a time. Nice wheeling motion. Inhale, we're going to float the arms up into prayer position. Lock the upper arms in towards the earlobes. Exhale, hinge back from the knees. Make a diagonal from your fingertips to your knees. Feel length into your quads and your hip flexors. Keep your glutes engaged. And exhale, rotate round. Try and keep your pelvis facing forward. Reach your fingertips away. Draw your shoulder blades down. Inhale, pull in with your core, come upright. Exhale, lean back, rotate round. Inhale, pull in with your core, come upright. Exhale, circle the arms, open the chest. Inhale to stay. Exhale to roll down, chin to chest, roll down a vertebrae at a time. Nice wheeling motion. Coming into all fours. Inhale into happy cat. Exhale into sad cat. Inhale to stay or to walk the hands in towards the knees. Exhale to roll up. If you've got any knee problems, you can do this standing. Inhale, float the arms up into prayer position. Exhale, come back, rotate round. Inhale, pull in, come upright. Exhale, lean back, rotate round. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, circle the arms, open the chest. We're going to do 2 more. I'm going to show you in standing. Inhale to stay, exhale to roll down. So your hands are just going to come above your knees. Inhale into happy cat. So lift your sit bones, lift your eye gaze, draw your shoulder blades down. Exhale into sad cat. Inhale to stay or to bring the hands in towards the knees if you're in all fours. Exhale to roll up. Inhale to bring the arms up into prayer position. Obviously in standing you can't lean back, but exhale you can rotate round. Inhale, come up. Exhale, rotate round. Inhale, come up, come forward if you've leant back. Exhale, circle the arms, open the chest. And then inhale to stay, exhale to roll down. So your chin to chest, sorry, coming down, hands to just above the knees. And then you're going to go inhale into your happy cat again. Or in all fours, inhale into happy cat. Exhale into sad cat. Inhale to stay or to walk the hands in. Exhale to roll up. Inhale to bring the arms up into prayer position. Exhale, hinge back, rotate round. No hinge if it's pulling on your knee or stand. Inhale to come up. Exhale, lean back, rotate round. Inhale, pull in, come up right. Exhale, circle the arms, open the chest. Inhale to stay. Let's just do 1 more. Exhale to roll down. Inhale into happy cat. Exhale into sad cat. Inhale to stay to walk hands in. Exhale to roll up, a vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge back, rotate round, reach. Inhale, pull in, come upright. Exhale, come back, rotate round. Exhale, pull in, come upright. Exhale, circle the arms, open the chest. Just come down onto the mat, just come into child's pose release. So big toes together. Just take the knees to the outer side of the mat. Just walk the arms over your head. Just bring your breastbone down to the mat. Just breathe into that stretch. Inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands over to the right. Square your shoulders and your pelvis to the floor. Just push your left hand into the mat. Keep your bottom on your heel. Lift up out to the hip. Square your shoulders. Breathe into that natural stretch. In breath back to center. Out breath come over the other way. Just breathe. In breath, come back to centre. And we're going to come down onto the mat, and this is where you'll need your brick block. So you're going to use this brick block for your head. Use the edge of your mat as a guide. So you want to be in a nice straight line. You're going to stack ankles, knees, hips, just like we did before. And want your knees at a 90-degree angle, so your hips are on the edge of the mat. Feet are placing your shoulder on the edge of the mat. And as you bring your ear on the edge of the block, bringing your arms out in line with one another, in line with your shoulders. Just lift up, just draw that shoulder back. So you're right on the shoulder joint. Both hands should be the same length. Eye gaze straight ahead. And from here, just create space between your ear and your shoulder. So just draw that shoulder blade down. From here, lengthen. So lengthen away from the tailbone up through to the crown of the head, shoulder blades drawn down and towards each other. Take focus to breath and engage core to 30% on an out breath, or use bout method. So we're going into arm opening. So we're going to open into the chest and rotate into the spine. And if you're on this shoulder, it probably is quite uncomfortable because you're right on that joint and on your hip joint. Lower body is switched off. Inhale to stay. Exhale, you're going to float this arm up. Eye gaze follows the fingertips. Come back as far as you can. Open the chest. Keep the shoulder blades drawn down. Inhale to stay. Exhale. Come back to the other hand. Inhale to stay. Exhale to float up and open. Draw the shoulder blades down, open the chest. Inhale to stay. Exhale to come back. So you've got a nice rotation in the spine. Inhale to stay. Exhale to float up. Inhale to stay. Exhale to close. We're going to do 3 more. And you might find as you warm up, you can go further over. All movement just on an out breath. So once you've finished that, you're just going to remove that block. Take your arm over your head now. Ear in line, or arm in line with your earlobe over your head. If that's uncomfortable, just bring that arm forward slightly, palm facing up. Bring your other hand so you can't see it because I've got my back to you, but it's lightly placed in front of me, just like we did last week, keeping everything stacked. Knees at 90 degrees if you can. Heels toward in line with your bottom. We're going into that clam now. So upper body is switched off. Shoulder blades are drawn down. Try not to this upper shoulder round forward. Inhale to stay. Exhale, you're going to push up with your knee. So imagine you're pushing against my hand. Use the outer side of your glutes, your glute middle knee, to lift the knee as far as you can before you feel your pelvis is going to rotate back. So we want to keep the pelvis nice and stable. Inhale to stay. Exhale, push down. Pull in with your core. Bring the knee back down. Try not to rest it completely on the other knee. Inhale to stay. Exhale. Push up. Inhale to stay. Exhale. Push down. Now this hand is lightly placed in front of me, or you can bring it onto your side. All movement on an out breath. Push up. Pull in with your core to return. Your center. Try not to this shoulder round forward. The top shoulder. So once you've done those 6, when you go back and watch this, try and do 8, but we'll just do 6 so that we can fit everything in this evening. So we're going to come up on the 7th, and we're going to stay lifted now, and we're going to do 5 little squeezes on the in-breath, 5 little pulses, squeezes on the out-breath, 5 in and out-breath. In-breath pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out-breath pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a very strange movement, but just focus on squeezing your glutes, the outer side of your glutes. Try not to squeeze your shoulders and hold tension. Upper body switched off. If you've not been counting, just do 1 more in and out breath. And then just bring that knee forward and straighten the other leg to release the glute. And then we're going to over to the other side. So if there's things you couldn't see, now I'm going to be facing you this way. Hopefully you'll be able to see a bit better. So you'll need your block again. Use the edge of the mat as a guide. Ear on your upper arm. It's not, it's on your block. This is class number 4 now that I've taught today, so things just come automatically out of my mouth, so apologies. So stack ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. Ear resting on your block or whatever you're using. Create space between your ear and your shoulder, and then just draw that shoulder back so that when you bring your hands together in front, in line with your shoulders, they should be the same length. Keeping everything stacked and heels in line with your bottom. Lengthen, so lengthen away from the tailbone up through to the crown of the head. And as you do, become lifted in the waist, feel the arm with arms to crawl through. Take focus to breath and engage, crawl to 30%. Or use bow method. So in breath here, out breath, you're going to float the arm up. Eye gaze follows the fingertips, come behind you as far as you can. Open the chest, draw the shoulder blades down. In breath here, out breath, pull in with your core to close. Pull in with that pound. In breath here, out breath, float up. In breath here, out breath. So we're opening into the chest, we're rotating in the spine. Just do one more. So I'm doing about 6, but if you can, when you watch it back, try and do about 8 if you can. And then just remove that block, just put your arm over your head, palm facing up, ear resting on your upper arm, arm in line with your earlobe or slightly forward. Other hand lightly placed in front of you. Again, spine lengthened, shoulder blades drawn down, core engaged, lifted in the waist. From here, we're going to go into that clam now. So in breath to stay, out breath, push up. Try not to let the pelvis rotate back, so come as far as you can, keeping the pelvis stable. In breath to stay, out breath, pull in with your core, push down. And imagine my hands against your knee, you're pushing it up to the ceiling as I'm pushing down against your knee. So you're resisting almost against your own body, feeling the outer side of your glutes working. Inhale to stay, exhale, push down. Try not to hold tension in the upper body. Inhale to stay, exhale, push up. Inhale to stay, exhale, pull in with your core, push down. Now you might have more range of movement than me, you may be able to lift your knee higher, but your main watch point is to keep your one hip stacked above the other. So if it's rotating back, try not to go so far. We'll just do 2 more. And hopefully you can feel now the outer side of your glutes, your glute min and mid engaged, switched on. And then we're going to come up again as far as you can before you feel your pelvis is going to tilt back. And we're going to do 5 little squeezes on the in breath, 5 little squeezes on the out breath. Pulse 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, Fine, just do one more in and out breath. Keep your pelvis as stable as you can. And then just bring that knee forward, straighten the other leg, just release the glute. Well done. So just come onto your back now. And just hug your knees into your chest. Just have it rock side to side. And we're going to come into now hip rolls. So it's a nice rotation. So it's a lot of rotation in the spine that we're doing. We've done thoracic spine, upper body as we've done our arm openings. And we're going to rotate in the lower body now, but up to possibly thoracic spine again, depending on your range of movement. So just bring your feet up towards your bottom as far as feels comfortable. Just fan the heels out, followed by the toes. So the feet are hip width apart and toes facing towards the bottom of the mat. And as you lie there, if you find that it's pulling on your neck, your chin is lifting and you can't bring your chin to your chest without tightness in your neck, you may need that folded up towel under the back of your head, just to take pressure off. From here, our hands on your hips, just lift your ribs away from your pelvis, lengthen up through the spine, up to the neck and the crown of the head. Arms down by your sides, shoulder blades drawn down and towards each other. In that scapular soft V to find neutral spine, just do a few pelvic tilts one way then the other. Imagine a marble running up and down your abdomen. And slowly make those tilts smaller till you can imagine the marble resting on your abdomen. Take focus to breath and engage core to 30% on an out breath or use bout method. And once you've done that, just check every single vertebrae should be in contact with the mat. You should be able to feel this core sit working. The squeeze between your ribs and your pelvis to keep your back down on the mat, and also the belt around your hips keeping your pelvis down on the mat. So from here, in breath, we're going to take the arms up in line with our shoulders and turn the palms to face up. So we're going to open into the chest again. Just bring the feet and the knees together. And this is called hip roll. So inhale here. Exhale, you're going to take your knees over to the right and just look down your left arm. Inhale, pelvic tilt into the mat. Exhale, pull in with your core. Use your core, your feet are on thin ice to bring your knees and your eye gaze back to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale to come over the other way. Inhale, pelvic tilt into the mat. Exhale, pull in with your core. Come back to ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale to come over. Now, make sure that pelvic tilt, so you're pushing your lower back into the mat. As soon as you do, you can feel that core engagement to bring your feet and your knees back, and your knees and your eye gaze back. As you come back, you should then be in contact with the mat. Now, that's level 1. Level 2 is to come into tabletop. So knees are in line with hips and ankles are in line with knees. Inhale here, and then exhale, you're going to take your knees over to the right, look down your left arm, keep the shoulder down you're moving away from. Inhale, bring the knees in towards you slightly. Exhale, pull in with your core. Come back to ceiling. Realign the knees on the in-breath, out-breath to come over the other way. In-breath, pelvic tilt, knees in towards you. Exhale, pull in with your core, return. Realign the knees on the in-breath. The next level is to float the leg up as you realign the knees. Exhale to come over. Inhale, bring that knee in, bring the knees into the chest. Exhale, pull in, return. Inhale, realign the knees, float the other leg up. So it's the upper leg that's extended. Exhale to come over. Inhale, fold in, knees into the chest. Exhale, pull in, return. Realign the knees on the in-breath. The last level is to have both legs up. Exhale to come over. Keep the shoulder down you're moving away from. That's your watch point. Inhale, pull in. Exhale. Come back. Realign the legs. Inhale here. Exhale, come over the other way. Inhale, pull in. Exhale. When I say pulling, it's bringing the legs in towards you, and then exhale, pull in with your core. Come back to ceiling. Try not to lift your chin. Inhale to stay. Exhale to come over, whatever level. Inhale, pelvic tilt. Exhale, pull in with your core. Come back to center. Inhale here. Exhale to come over. Inhale, pull in with your core. Exhale, return. Realign. One more each way, whichever level. Remember, I'm showing you all the levels. If you've not done Pilates before, start at the basic level. Get that feeling of that pelvic tilt as you come over. So from here, that pelvic tilt push you lower back into the mat, using your core then to come back. Just hug your knees into your chest when you're ready. And you might find that you want to do a few with your feet on the floor. As you start to layer it up, you may find that your range of movement isn't as big. And sometimes it's a nice release of the spine, just to keep it at the lower level. So from here, keep hold of your right leg and extend the left leg away. Take your right arm out to side, palm facing up if you can. Take your right knee over your left knee, look down your right arm. If you want a little bit more, bring your toe to your shin and start to try and straighten that leg. Breathe. Keep your shoulder down. Release when you're ready. Swap over to the other side. So hug your left knee in. Then take your left leg over your right leg. Left arm out, palm facing up. And just push that heel away if you want a little bit more. So you can feel that stretch coming up the outer side of your thigh. Just breathe. Just release when you're ready. So the last exercise that we're going to do now is the 100. So it's a core strength exercise. If you have a neck problem, you probably want to stay at the lowest level, which is the abdominal curl. And just see if you can strengthen your neck before coming on to the higher level. So please see how you go. If it's not for you, please don't do it. So feet are hip width apart, coming back into semi-supinal crook as we know it, just as we were for our hip rolls, but keeping the feet hip width apart now. So with core engaged, thinking about that belt holding you down on the mat, thinking about that core sit, and it's engaged at 30%, but you'll probably need to engage it to all like 80 or 90, really pulling in tight as you come up. So the first level, inhale to stay, exhale, you're going to lift your upper body off the mat. Eye gaze between the knees or just above the knees, hands just floating over the floor, reaching towards your heels. Inhale to come back down, exhale to come back up. So don't think about pulling with your neck as you come forward. Think about connecting your ribs with your pelvis, bringing the ribs forward. Inhale to come back down. Now the 100, we call it 100 because the next level is inhale to come up. Inhale, 5 little slaps to the water. Imagine muddy puddles either side of your hand. Exhale, 5 little slaps to the water. Inhale to come back down. And you stay lifted. Exhale to come up for 10 in and out breaths. Slapping 5 on the in breath, 5 on the out breath. 10 in and out breaths. So I'm only going to do 5 because I'm going to show you the levels. So once you can do this and stay lifted for 10 in and out breaths, 100 slaps, the next level is to come into tabletop. So your knees are in line with your ankle, knees in line with your hips, ankles in line with your knees, that's your tabletop. And again, thinking about keeping your back in contact with the mat, the belt around your hips holding you down. So you don't want your abdominals to balloon out, you want to keep them pulled in. Inhale to stay, exhale to come forward. Inhale, 5 little slaps to the water, exhale, 5 little slaps to the water. And again, work at this. It might only be 2 or 3 that you do, and then you have to come down to the mat on the inhale, exhale, come up again. And you work until you can stay lifted for 10 in and out breaths, 100 slaps. And then the next level, once you can do that, is inhale to stay, exhale to come up, extend the legs. Inhale, 5 little slaps to the water, exhale, 5 little slaps to the water. Inhale, 5 little slaps to the water, exhale. And then once you've built up, I've just done 3 in and out breaths, but you'll build up to 10 in and out breaths. And when you can do that, well, at the minute, that's the last level. So you can see the levels building up. So just keep going at your level, about 8 repetitions. You don't have to do all 10 in and out breaths. So just to recap, level 1 is the abdominal curl. Level 2 is in critical semi-supine, coming up, slapping the water, 5 on the in breath, 5 slaps, 5 slaps on the out breath, working till you can do 10 in and out breaths. Then coming up then to tabletop, again, working through, and then the last bit is the leg extension. So with that leg extension, as you come forward from that tabletop position, so inhale to stay, exhale, you'll do as many slaps as you can, 5 on the in-breath, 5 on the out-breath, and if it's 2 in and out breaths and you need to rest, you come down, you come back into that tabletop position, keep your back in contact with the mat. So 8 repetitions of that, we're working up to 8 to 10, and then just hug your knees into your chest. Just have a release there, chin to chest. And then just taking your, we're just going to go into happy baby pose. So it's a nice lengthening of the spine, opening into the hip to finish. So you're going to take your arms onto the inside of your legs, hands over the arches of the feet. Imagine you're standing on the ceiling. From here, try not to lift your chin, bring your chin to your chest. Try and get your tailbone down to the mat as much as you can. Use your hands to take your knees as wide as you can. Check your ankles are in line with your knees. And once you've done that, chin to chest, tailbone down to the mat, draw your knees down and just breathe. If you're feeling opening into the hip and lengthening into the spine, you can rock side to side if you so wish. And then just hug your knees into your chest. Just take your arms over your head, lengthen your toes away. Inhale, tighten and tense and lengthen. Full body stretch. Feel length through the spine, length through your abdominals. And then just release. Just take your feet to the outer side of the mat. Bring your arms down by your side, palms facing up. And if that's pulling on your back, just bend your knees. Just rest your knees in towards each other and take your feet to the outer side of the mat. And just let your body go. And as you let your body go, just be aware of the support your mat is giving you in your grounding, where your body makes contact with the mat. Where the backs of your heels or your feet make contact with the mat. The backs of your legs, your glutes, your arms, your shoulders, your hands, and the back of your head. Just bring your focus now. The breath coming in and out of your body. And just soften behind your eyes, just soften your face. Just scan your body, see if you're holding any tension anywhere. And try and release and relax it. Just let it go. And as you focus on your breath, just try and breathe in for a count of 3 to 4. Breathe out for a count of 5 to 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you focus on your breath, if any thoughts arise, acknowledge them. Try not to engage with them. Just let them float on by or dissipate up into the sky. Just focus on letting go. Just simply focus on your breath, coming in and out of your body. You are trying to calm your mind and tune into yourself. You will become more aware of subtle things, such as the breath coming in and out of your body. And again, if a thought arises, just bring your focus back to your breath. Relax your mind. Relax your body. And then just bring your focus now back to within the room. Just wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes. Just bend your knees, place the soles of the feet on the floor, or hug your knees into your chest. Just have a little rock side to side. Just bring your head to your knees if you so wish. And then if you're able to, just take your right arm or your left arm over your head. Just come over to that side and just lie there for a moment. And then just slowly bring yourself up into a seated position. It looks a bit dark. I hope you've been able to see okay. Well done, everybody. So I'm going to do a little bit of yoga next week. So we're going to be doing some three-legged dog and some pigeons, so some hip opening and things, and some sun salutations to warm up. So if you're enjoying the Pilates and you prefer the Pilates over the yoga, although there's a little bit of yoga in that with the arms in prayer position today, then do this next week as well, and I'll try and alternate between the yoga and the Pilates, although some of them do cross over a little bit. Any questions, please ask me, and I hope you've enjoyed that today. Lots of mobility of the spine and a little bit of glute work and core. So take care, everybody, stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.